Hi, today we're doing some meal prep for the egg fast. Hi, I'm Anita from KetogenicWoman.com, where I share keto and carnivore recipes and other cooking ideas. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you check out some of my other videos and become a subscriber. For those of you returning, welcome back, and I hope you enjoy today's video. Okay, so let's go over what is in these lemon bars. I've got 4 raw eggs, and I've separated the yolks from the whites. So there they are there. And I'm going to be using some egg powder, whole egg powder, pinch of salt, a 1/4 cup of powdered erythritol, the Besti. You can use Swerve if that's what you have. I'm going to be using True Lemon. I'm going to put 8 packs of True Lemon in here. This is going to end up being 8 servings, and this will give a real lemony flavor. I'm going to put a squirt of the Lemon Brilliance, I think that, Lively Lemon Flavor-All. And what gives these bars their moisture is 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Wait a minute, it's actually supposed to be 8 tablespoons of mayonnaise. So yes, I meant to say 8 tablespoons of mayonnaise. I'm going to refill this when I'm done. So I'm using the Chosen Foods Keto Mayo. This is my favorite store-bought mayo. You can use your homemade mayo if you want, or whatever mayo that you normally use. The recipe will be down below. This recipe is actually on my blog. It's been on my blog for several years. I probably have more egg fast recipes on my blog than anybody else out there. So if you've never heard of it, I'll put some links down below. What is the egg fast? All that other kind of stuff. This is a slightly different version of that recipe on my blog because I'm using this. So I think this gives a much better texture, and yeah. So we'll see how this works out. When I tried it yesterday, I just mixed everything all together, and this is how they came out. They're kind of a thin bar, but very moist. So I'll just give you a shot of that because we'll compare it later. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to whip up the egg whites and then fold everything in to see if I can get a fluffier bar. I don't know if that'll work or not, but I'm going to give it a try. So let's start by whipping up the 4 egg whites. While this is whipping, like once these things get nice and fluffy, you're going to see me putting in my dry ingredients. I'm going to put in the sweetener and the 8 packs of True Lemon and also the salt. And then later, once it's finished, then I'll fold in the other ingredients. So we'll get this started. This is going to take probably 5 minutes. Okay, the egg whites are nicely whipped with all of the dry ingredients, except I didn't put this in, even though it's a dry ingredient. It contains too much fat. It would flatten the egg whites right away. I mean, the egg whites might flatten anyways, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to start with, let's see, what's the best way? I'm just going to put this on stir and start by putting in a 1/4 cup of the powder here, the whole egg powder. Put in a shot of the lively lemon, stevia, and my mayonnaise. And I need another 1/4 cup. And then the eggs. Whoops. A bit of a mess there. Okay, I'm just going to speed it up just to get it nicely incorporated. But not too much. There. Now, I can see already it's falling, but hopefully it'll be enough to, it'll hold together enough so that it's a little fluffier than the ones I made yesterday. Worst case scenario is, I mean, those were delicious. So even if it completely falls, it's okay. Yeah. Too much fat, I think. Well, it was worth a shot. I'm just going to grab the pan. I've prepared, this is like, I think it's 8 by 8. It's like your regular size brownie pan. I'm going to put these in, I'm thinking for about 20 minutes. I will check them at 20 minutes and see what they're like. In the meantime, I will clear off the counter and get ready to make the pizza. So next up is egg fast pizza. This recipe is also on my blog. I will link it below. What I used to do is I used to make it in these little mini pans, so mini pizzas, which you can certainly do. Today I'm going to make it in this big pan and make one big sheet pizza. Yesterday I made some, and I just made half a recipe. So I made mini pizzas, and I made everything bagel buns and Italian buns. I did not add cheese to those two. So if you're dairy free, you can always just make some buns. This is great on the egg fast. 2 buns equals 1 egg. You can make a scrambled egg sandwich, deviled egg sandwich, that sort of thing. Great grab and go items to have. So that's what I love about these. But today I am going to just throw it all together and spread it out. I have one of these silicone flat things with the lip on it so that the batter, you know, you can just spread it out and it won't run anywhere, which I really like that. I'll put the link where I bought this below. I bought it from my friend who sells Epicure, and so I'll provide that link below. I don't sell it myself, but I'm very happy that I got it. So yeah, if you want to check that out, then that's great. In this recipe, the only other difference between this recipe and the one on my site is that I'm also going to make use of the egg powder. So I'm going to use 4 eggs and 2 tablespoons of the egg powder. By the way, the egg powder, I don't know if I explained it before, 1 tablespoon is 1 egg. So the whole pizza will be 6 servings. Each serving will be 1 egg and some cheese. But I will have all that information below so that you can figure out your egg fast ratios. I'll provide you that information. So first let's get these eggs in here. I'm just going to use the same bowl I had before. I did give it a little rinse, just so that I could quickly do this second recipe. Okay, we got 4 eggs in there. I'm going to put in my 2 tablespoons of egg powder and give it a little mix. So what I added in there was a pinch of salt, and I added in 1 tablespoon of allulose. That is completely optional. The allulose, what it does is it adds a browning effect to baked goods. So I like to use it for breads and muffins and pizza crust. So I am basically just pouring this whole thing in here. And then, because I have this pan, I can just let it go like that. Probably should have mixed it a bit longer. I see I have some lumps in here. I'm just squishing them out. Okay, and then I'm going to, I have 3 ounces of grated cheese here. So I'm going to just kind of sprinkle this, you know, as evenly as I can. This is Monterey Jack that has the diced jalapenos in it. I'm putting on a little bit of hot sauce, just kind of sprinkling it here and there, just to give it a little flavor, and a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And in here, I measured out 1 ounce of Parmesan, the powdery kind. Okay, so this one will only take about 10 minutes. I'm going to see if I can I'm just going to put it in here. So the other one's got 3 or 4 minutes. I will pull it out in a few minutes, and then when the pizza is ready, I will we'll reconvene back here to check out how they turned out. We'll see you back in the next segment. Okay, while we're waiting for those to bake, I'm gonna get my eggs started. This is so handy. This is a dash. It cooks 12 eggs, and I like mine medium, so the whites are fully cooked and the insides are, you know, kind of still a bit runny or soft. So I fill my measuring cup up to the medium level, and then just load it up with eggs. The book that it came with says you're supposed to poke a hole, and there's a little hole poker in the bottom, and I used it once, and then the next time I made them, I didn't use it, and they were exactly the same. So I have never used it since. So, you know, I don't know why. I don't know what it was supposed to do. If you do decide to try the egg fast, I suggest buying probably 5 dozen eggs to get you started. And that should be enough for a few days. So, and then you turn it on. It's got a little on off, and then you just wait until it beeps. Once it's beeped, what I do is I throw it in a bowl of cold water with ice and let them cool off, and they're super easy to peel when they're out of this thing. I don't know why that is. But. All right, we'll see you in the next segment. Okay, so everything's out of the oven. The eggs are cooling down in the ice water. So let's start with what we have here. This is the lemon loaf, or lemon bars. So this is 8 servings, so I'm going to cut it into 8. Now you can have more than 1 serving, of course. I'm just saying for the purposes of the egg fast. I like these best once they've cooled down in the fridge. So they're not much different than the ones I made yesterday, even though I spent more time trying to whip them up. But the thing is, they're really super moist and lemony, and a nice change from eggs. So this 1 piece here, for the purposes of the egg fast, equals 1 egg and 1 fat. I'm just gonna cut a little piece off and give it a try. So moist and lemony. I absolutely love these. These are one of my favorite recipes on the egg fast. And using the powdered egg, it actually works really well, I think. I mean, it's, you know, you need some whole eggs in there, of course, like the raw eggs to give it some kind of body, but yeah, good way to use up extra powdered eggs if you're like me and have some. So let's check this out. In hindsight, I think I probably should have done some mixing of the egg whites, because yesterday's, I'll show you the ones yesterday. I know I already showed you this. Let me get the mini pizza out. So the mini pizza, it has a more substantial crust, and I did mix the egg whites up first on this one. So this is very, and now it also, I mean, I was kind of assuming that 12, you know, you could either make 12 of these in those muffin top pans, or one whole sheet, and maybe this is just spread out a bit too thin. But I'm going to see what I can do here. So I'm going to try to guesstimate six pieces. I'm not good without getting out a ruler. But let's just, for argument's sake, say this is 6 even pieces, which you could cut into smaller pieces too. You just lift it out of the pan. I mean, it's still warm, so. Okay, so this whole piece is 1 egg and about I think it was about a ½ ounce of cheese. I would almost, I think, heat this up in the air fryer, or I think in hindsight I would stick to my silicone pans, I think, or those little muffin top pans. I think it turns out a bit nicer, but let's give it a taste. See what we have here. Oh, it tastes like pizza. You know, with the Italian seasoning and the bit of hot sauce and the cheese, it tastes really good. And I would totally grab, you know, like even maybe cut this into pieces and put it in my toaster oven or something to get it a bit crispier. And, you know, take this to work with me, or have some with lunch, lemon square for dessert. If I had this and that, that'd be 2 eggs. So, you know, great for the egg fast. So I have no regrets. I will be eating these. I will be eating those. I'm gonna peel one of those and see how I did with whether I'm gonna get this the way I like it. But if, you know, if it overcooked and they are completely hard boiled, that's okay too, because I love deviled eggs. I like deviled egg sandwiches, or, you know, mashed egg salad sandwiches. Eggs are so good for grab and go. Oh, it's perfect. That is exactly how I like my eggs. Little bit of salt and pepper. So I would take a couple of those to work with me, and put some butter in a little container. Heat these up in the microwave with some melted butter on them. Oh yeah. Take a lemon bar with me. So that's the prep for my first day of egg fast. I watched for some other recipes coming up this week. I made egg fast noodles and egg fast ice cream. Those recipes will be coming up. And I'm also going to do a couple of what I eat in a day videos, so you can see how I put this all together at the end, you know, at the end of a day, and how many eggs I ate, how many fats. All egg fast information will be listed down below, as you know, as well as links to get some of these items or to check them out. And yeah, so let me know if you've ever tried the egg fast, and what you thought of it, or if maybe you're curious and think you might want to give it a try. And I'll see you on the next video.
Okay.